Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is me, Mary. Welcome back. Today I am actually going to be doing something new. Now I needed to bring something to my channel to make it a little bit more, appealing. I don't know. You be the judge of that on the comments if you like. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do click on the subscribe button, click on the notification bell so whenever I upload another video you get notified. Give me a like. You can do all that now or at the end of the video, however you like. Just do it. Just messing with you. Anyway, so today, as you saw in the intro and on the thumbnail, I am going to be doing a Mark Antony and Cleopatra's legendary story, love story. Actually, a lot of people know who Cleopatra is and what she did. She was the queen of Egypt. She was iconic. She was amazing. You know, her clothes, the jewelry, how avant-garde she was. And I actually find very interesting, not just, her life story, but also her love story. I will be doing some kind of like a series like Bailey does. She does like the murder mystery Mondays, I think it is, that she does, which I love and I always watch. So yeah, I got a little inspiration from her. I did do a little research to see if someone had already done this, and I did find people talking about their own love stories or talking about, stuff like that. So I wanted to give it a little twist in giving you a little bit of love stories. Some love stories I will be talking about, like this one specifically today, some are tragic, some are have a happy ending, some are just sad, but ultimately it's all about love and what people do for love. Okay, so the story started when Mark Antony had met Cleopatra when she was the youngest mistress of Julius Caesar. I guess he was mesmerized with her, and he was probably he was super attracted to her because, as the story, goes on, and I was reading on the internet, basically she was just a beautiful woman. She was young, she had beautiful skin, and she was everybody wanted a little bit of that. So, he met her, and that was back in Rome. So yeah, that was back in Rome, and Julius and Cleopatra, they had a son, just one son. His name was Caesarion. That was the name of their son. Now, when this, after they met, a little bit after, Julius Caesar was assassinated. Yes. So he was assassinated, and Mark Antony formed a group of 3 powerful men to take control, and that was back in 43 BC. That's before Christ, if you wanted to check it out. They formed this group, and those men were Marcus Aemilius Lepidus. If I pronounced it incorrectly, I'm very sorry. And the other one was Caesar's nephew. His name was Octavian. I like that name, it's kind of cool. Anyway, so they created this group. It actually had a different name to it, but I could not pronounce it. So I will post it maybe on the description box of that name that they used to call themselves. It was a little hard to pronounce, and I didn't want to mess it up. I already messed up my words, so you know how it is. Anyway, so yeah, basically that's what happened. So going back to that, Caesar got assassinated, so Mark Antony created this group of 3 powerful men to basically rule the sprawling Roman Republic. So then in 41 BC, Antony was put in charge of the empire's rowdy eastern territories. Yeah, Cleopatra, she had Caesar's son, so she was like, you know what? I got a place on this planet. So after all that had happened, Antony sent for Cleopatra while he was staying in the city of Tarsus, near the coast of what now is Turkey. Then now it's Turkey. So that's what happened. He called for her. Now, when she got to Tarsus, where Antony was, she got there in this boat. Like, everything was so extravagant, like over the top. She orchestrated an entrance designed to awe Antony and his men. I mean, like, to make them just love her and like make them go crazy, I guess. I mean, she had the money, she had the beauty, and she had, you know, land, and she was, you know, powerful. And she also had Caesar's son, so she had, her son had legal rights to, you know, all that. When she was like approaching the river bank, she had a golden canopy on top of her. It's like a golden canopy on top of her. She was dressed like Venus, and she actually had this little kids. They were like young men. They were dressed like Cupid, and her servants and the boat, you know, this boat people that worked at the boat, they were dressed like sea sirens. And it was like a whole other thing going on. They were like fanning her, and they were burning incense, and they say that you could actually smell it from, you know, from afar while they were reaching that riverbank where they were going to dock to meet up with Antony. So yeah, that's what happened. Let me start putting the eyeshadow. So yeah, I mean, side note, I think it's amazing, and I would have loved to be there and see all that, but not get killed. Yeah, because, you know, maybe work for her, do her makeup. Who knows, girl, because she was iconic. Even though their attraction was like real, you know, like they were attracted to each other, they liked each other, they just want to, like, you know, get on top of each other. Let's keep it PG-13. Mark Antony needed Cleopatra to fund his military endeavors in the East, and Cleopatra needed him for protection and also to expand her power, you know, and she wanted to make sure and assert that Caesarion, which was her son with Caesar, you know, his rights, you know, he was a true heir, so she wanted to make sure that people knew that, and that he was, you know, the rightful heir. So anyways, moving forward, getting in there. I'm actually using this palette for the first time, the Jeffree Star Blue Blood. I wanted to use it because I haven't, since I bought it, I haven't even touched it. And it's actually really cute. I like it. I would put it on the description box, all I use for this makeup look. So yeah. I like blue. Blue is cute. Okay, so after she was there, I guess she was there for like maybe like 10 years. And in those 10 years, she decided that it was the best idea ever to woo Mark Antony, make him go crazy in love for her, to the point that he was obsessed with her. I mean, she was young, beautiful, powerful, you know, what's not to like? And plus, she was like super rich. You know, she had money, gold, jewelry. You know, she was like it. She was a queen of Egypt. Now, what happened after? Yeah. After that, Cleopatra, then she went back to Alexandria, and Antony followed her. You know, he followed her. When they went back to Alexandria, the two were behaving like college kids or college students. They were forming like a drinking society. One of the societies was called Society of the Inimitable Livers. They were drinking so much, it was like so crazy. And what happened there? The members, the members from that society, they were entertained one to another daily, like each other. They were like entertaining, you know what I mean. And it was extravagance, and the expenditure was beyond measures and belief. They were spending coin, and they just didn't care. They just wanted to have fun. They just wanted to drink, living the life. They had money, power. They were just good. So after all that happened, and now I'm going to change, actually, let me stop there for a second. I'm going to go ahead and, so I just wanted to do like a simple blue because we're going to do a golden eyelid. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And for that, I'm going to be using a water-based makeup. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of that water and get that gold paint. And I'm going to do it on my eyelid. As I get this, you know, the right consistency, I'm going to tell you. So, Mark Antony, he had to return to Rome, and he needed to report on his triumphs. And, you know, after all that happened, in his absence by 40 BC, Cleopatra gave birth to twins, and they were Mark Antony's kids. They had twins together, and their names were Alexander Helios and Cleopatra Selene. Those are actually very cute names. I actually like those names a lot. Okay, so let me go ahead and do this. So yeah, now she gave birth to his kids. There were twins, and that same year, now this is where it gets interesting. That same year, he married another woman. Dun dun dun. How dare he, right? Girl. He married another woman, and that woman, she was none other than Octavian's sister. Octavian, if you remember when I mentioned it in the beginning, that was Caesar's nephew. So that's actually very cool, Octavian and Octavia. So he married Octavia, and, you know, he was seemingly happy with his marriage. So time passed, and he didn't see Cleopatra again until, let me get this line, I'm sorry. So he didn't see Cleopatra, you know, time passed. Now, after that, they did not meet for like 3 years and a half until they finally reunited in the capital of Syria in 37 BC. So they went back and they saw each other, and they just picked up right after they left. You know, exactly where they left. There was like no time had passed. So they met, and they were like back together like a couple, and yeah, like Octavia didn't exist. They made money, you know, with their faces, like engraved on their faces, and then he met his twins for the first time. So now, still in 37 BC, Cleopatra was ruling basically over nearly the entire eastern Mediterranean coast and some parts of Judea, if I pronounced it correctly. If I didn't, I'm so sorry. So yeah, so she was ruling all these places, and, you know, I did read that some of that land, he gave it to her, Antony. So yeah, basically that happened. So after, you know, they met the kids and all that stuff. She was ruling for the next 2 years. They were like full-on couple. They would travel together. You know, makes you think, and what happened to Miss Octavia? Like, where did Octavia go? She was just sitting at home waiting for him, I guess. You know, it was something, girl. I'm like, no. But I mean, they were like inseparable. They were in love. So yeah, that happened, and Octavian was not happy about that. I mean, what brother would? You know, there's this man, it's supposed to be one of your best friends. He ditches your sister to marry, I'm sorry, not marry, to be with someone else. I'm like, come on, boy, what's up? So anyways, it was during that time that Antony's military power, you know, started to falter, because he was, I'll tell you now, give me such a second. Girl, I have to like keep attention to this because I'm gonna ruin it if I don't. So yeah, his military started to falter because he was not really paying attention. He was just obsessed with Cleopatra, and they were just traveling, and he was like not paying attention what he needed to do, and he was making like stupid decisions, like for real. And instead of his people blaming him, they were blaming Cleopatra. You know? They were like, sure, it's her fault. And he would like allow it. So that's what I'm saying, that they had like a crazy, crazy thing going on. But anyways, so he was just like taking decisions, going crazy. You know, he was not the master of his own faculties while he was with Cleopatra. He was just going crazy. You know, he was thinking more of a speedy return to go be with Cleopatra than conquering his enemies. And that was being shown through, you know, people dying. People leaving him from his army. I mean, who wouldn't? It's like, girl, why would you? But let me tell you something. Cleopatra was smart. She was a smart cookie. She was. Anyways, I'm going to keep telling you the story because it gets so much better, girl. After that happened, that they were blaming Cleopatra for, you know, them losing and whatever, he took a big hit. But he came back from that. His bad fortunes were actually briefly reversed when he successfully conquered the kingdom of Armenia. Yep. And in the fall of 34 BC, he triumphantly returned to Alexandria, where the Armenian royal family was paraded in chains, and he reunited with Cleopatra. That's all he wanted to do. So yeah, he returned with this family that he had conquered, and I guess they were going to kill them, but they were just parading them around Alexandria, that he had, you know, done that. So he was, you know, he had a little bit of power again. But that power did not stay for long. I'm going to tell you why. So yeah, basically, they were doing all that, and, you know, for Octavian, it actually felt like all Mark Antony was doing was intentional, and he was like provoking him. That Octavian was pissed. He kept, Mark Antony kept, you know, doing his thing. He gave some land to his kids with Cleopatra. And yeah, basically he just kept doing all that stuff, and you know, Octavian was like, no, I'm done with you. You know, that was the moment that, you know, Octavian went cuckoo, and he declared war against his enemy, Cleopatra, because he was blaming Cleopatra because, you know, all that Mark Antony wanted to do was just be with Cleopatra and rule with her, and, you know, he was just going cuckoo in the coconut. That's what it was. So while he was doing that, Octavian felt that Mark Antony just wanted to make abundantly clear that he, you know, that they were the dynasty of the East. For Octavian, Octavian thought that Mark Antony had gone too far. So in 33 BC, their powerful group disbanded. You know, that they had, like, they were the three men, the three powerful men, that disbanded. And the next year, Antony divorced Octavia. And all the pretenses, the partnerships, and the friendship was down the drain between them. And like I said, shortly after that divorce, Octavian declared war against Cleopatra. Well, actually Antony, but it was more towards Cleopatra. So they were super rich together. Like, not even their, you know, Cleopatra's riches and their military power combined, they were no match for the Roman army. Like, they were like outmatched, definitely. And, you know, if you know anything about her history, you know how this ends. But yeah, I'm just going to give you the information. So as Octavian and his forces, they were closing in Alexandria because they had already declared the war. They continued their decadent parties. I mean, they didn't give a of what was going on. They continued their drinking, their parties. They even did another society called Companions Till the Death, because they knew what was happening, but they just didn't care. They knew that Octavian's army was coming for them, you know, to kill them or whatever, but they just didn't care. And so after, you know, they kept doing their parties and stuff, Octavian actually went off, you know, to war again. Like, he actually paid some attention and he went back to fight Octavian's forces. But in the meantime, Cleopatra was too busy, you know, building a, you know, she was building a temple. You know, she called it the Temple of Isis. And it was like a mausoleum. And she was like too busy, you know, caring about, you know, making sure that all her belongings, her expensive stuff was well taken care of. You know, she knew what was going on, but she was like, I guess she was not like paying too much attention. While my eyelash glue is drying, I didn't find a necklace, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and paint it on me. So I'm gonna be using the Graftobian water base, water activated colors. I'm gonna use this blue. Yep. And I'm gonna do like a nice necklace. And yeah, you came here for the history, the makeup, and all that good stuff, but I'm gonna give you the last part of the story, where everything, you know, goes down. Plot twist. When all that was happening, in the meantime, it appears that Cleopatra was secretly negotiating with Octavian behind Antony's back. And, you know, Cleopatra, no doubt, she knew that Antony was doomed. You know, his army could not, you know, he had nobody. So, you know, she went behind she went behind Mark Antony's back, and she was like negotiating stuff with Octavian to ensure, you know, her safety and her kids' safety. Yeah, so she knew that Antony was doomed, so she thought maybe that she and her kids weren't. So, yeah, then she had like the most brilliant idea. While Antony was, at war, she sent him, she had someone send him a message telling him that she had died, that she had committed suicide. So now, Antony, who was obsessed with her, now thinks that she is dead. So yeah, he went cuckoo. I mean, and she did it because she knew that he would go insane and he would kill himself. So I guess she was not thinking right, because like I said, she was in love with them, but she was more concerned about her life. I'm putting some water in this little plate. Her life and her kids, which I don't, like I said, I don't blame her, but I'm like, girl, you crazy. You're cuckoo in the coconut. Anyways, so yeah, she negotiated with Octavian that she would do that, so he would just soon follow. That way, he would not like kill her, right? Gotta let that dry. So now it's gonna get interesting, because when she knew that he would like kill himself, I guess she was not thinking straight. She was just, in the moment. So he then went ahead and attempted suicide. Now, when Cleopatra found out that he had done that, she was distraught. She was like, oh my God, like, what did I do? What did I get myself into? I love this man. So she was like, girl, what did I do? She was regretting that, that happened. So when he, tried to commit suicide, he was dying. So she requested him to be, sent to her. So, she would, try to save him. I don't know what really was going through her mind. But when she saw what she had done, she was heartbroken, and, it is what it is. So that's what, happened. She went a little cuckoo with that, and she was like, I guess at that moment, she noticed that there was like no going back. So after that had happened, she sent for him, and his body or whatever, he was still alive, but he was like, he was dying. He had multiple stab wounds. I guess he tried to like kill himself with like a knife, sword, or something like that. So yeah, he was brought to her, and she was like, you know what, whatever. So after Antony's last, breath was lost, Cleopatra, girl, she fought back, attempting to negotiate with Octavian, but all hopes were like lost. And that's when Cleopatra was like, you know what, Octavian, you ain't gonna have me, girl. No. She had her way in having someone and snuck in some poison. So yeah, she snuck in some poison, and yeah, once Octavian realized what she had done, he sent his soldiers to knock down that wall, that door to the temple, and that's when they found Cleopatra dead on the floor, poisoned. She poisoned herself, and they found Antony's body with her. They were both dead, and her servants were half dead. They were almost getting there. Octavian erased all traces of the once glorious, crazy couple that was Mark Antony and Cleopatra. But this is like a nice thing. When I read it, I was like, girl, yeah, he did make one concession, And that was Cleopatra's wish. I guess, you know, when they were negotiating behind Antony's back, she had requested him. That they be buried together, and he actually did it. That was Cleopatra's last request, and he had Cleopatra and Mark Antony buried together. So, I mean, it is a tragic love story, a crazy love story. You know, ended bad, but it was still a love story. They worked together at the end, and yeah, that's basically what happened. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put my wig on, my little headpiece, and put a little bit of highlighter. But before I do all that, let me do the lippy and put a little bit of the highlighter on my cheek. So as I keep doing this series, I'm hoping that, you know, I get a little bit better and better at, you know, narrating the story and doing the makeups, and, you know, while I'm doing it. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and put the wig, the headpiece, and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so this is the final look that I came up, my version of Cleopatra, you know, with a little gold skin. So yeah, I hope you like the story, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up, show me some love. Like I said, I will be uploading, you know, Wicked Wednesdays. I'll be doing this series, love stories, some tragic, some happy and all that, but still, it's all about love. And maybe I will upload a video talking about my love story, which is a really, really cute one. Maybe one day. But now I'm sticking to famous love stories in history. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.